Hello Amazon shoppers. I'm taking a look at this speaker today. It's actually pretty interesting in its ability to charge your phone, play music simultaneously, and charge itself all at the same time. Well, all three things at once. So that was pretty cool. I wasn't sure if it would be capable of doing that, so I wanted to test it in that capacity just to see, and it actually did work. So let me move this over here. You do have a very thin cable, but it is a 3.5 millimeter cable included. Very, very thin. You have your micro USB charging cable, which I use my own, so it doesn't matter. And you have your user manual both in English and in Chinese. So this has a 4400 milliamp battery. It's going to take it somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 hours, 6 hours maybe, to charge up, and then you're going to get at least 10 hours of playback is probable. I'm never going to play it that long in a straight line, so I can't say 100%, but the 10 hours should be possible, and then beyond that, if you're not running at high volume, you should get longer than that. So you have this nice rubberized feel to it, this red. You have this little attached carabiner, and you have four little, well, you can't really see it, but there's four little dots right here. I guess if I tap it like that, you can see it light up. So you have those four little dots that show you the actual battery status. You have this on the top, which is your flashlight. So you have like an SOS or strobe type mode, and then a regular flashlight mode, which is nice. Your track navigation and volume are your next two buttons, and then you have your play and your pause, and you have your power button at the bottom. Of course, on the top you saw it's just the flashlight there. There's nothing on the sides, and then there's this little rubber flap that covers. I actually hit a button on accident. So you have a USB port, which will allow you to charge your telephone. You have your input, your reset button, and your 3.5 millimeter audio jack. So it is a rugged style speaker with rubber coating, so I suspect some minor impacts won't really be a major issue. It actually gets quite loud, and it actually sounds pretty good. It doesn't get really bad distorted, not like some. And the Bluetooth was able to pair very, very quickly. So it's still paired right now. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at it wrong. The track navigation top and bottom, and the play pause in the middle. Yeah, I had it angled wrong. You have to forgive me, I don't have the best eyesight. Let me skip ahead on this. So it actually sounds, like I said, pretty good. Fairly loud as well. You do have a harder plastic around this part here, and of course the top. So this is supposed to be waterproof, water resistant. I don't know how deep or how far or how long it's supposed to survive underwater, but it does look really good. It actually has a pretty decent amount of weight to it. I like the power bank functionality. The flashlight is bright enough to be useful, as opposed to a tiny little LED that puts out hardly any light. And like I said, it's very nice that you can actually utilize the Bluetooth is connected, and I could be charging my telephone and charging the device all at the same time with no issues. So that's also pretty good. I don't think it gets really distorted or bad sounding at all. So it doesn't have the sharpest or the most defined, I guess, I'm not sure the proper terminology, sound. It sort of has a, I don't know, it's an unusual sound about it, but I don't know how to put it into words, but it still sounds good. It just doesn't have the crisp, I guess that's the best word. It doesn't have a crisp sound as far as the treble. It's a little more muddy, a little more bass oriented. So I think vocals and things of that nature maybe are not the strongest point for this, but other things that have more music that is, like I said, more specific to bass and heavier bass type. I don't know. I guess it really becomes personal preference and personal opinion on that one. But by any means, it has a nice metal hook, nice carabiner, overall loud and nice sound. And said for the most part, there is a little bit when you start looking at vocals that it maybe isn't going to be excelling at, but you know, it's still okay and I still like it. It's fine. It's just, I like bass anyway, so that works. But for some people, that might not be ideal. So that's kind of what I wanted to make sure that was, you know, that was stated, so that whoever's looking for this would know that may or may not be the exact speaker for them, if that's what they're looking for. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't really use speakers like this for phone calls. Personally, I just don't. So I don't really focus on that myself. But I like the power bank added aspect of this, and I like that it's able to do the different things all at the same time. As I said, it's nice to have the ability to use it while it's charging and to actually be charging your phone in the event that you need to be having both charged for some reason and have only one port accessible. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you and hope that that is, you know, somewhat helpful. This rubber piece is basically like a sleeve, just so you're aware. So just wanted to share that with you real quick. Thank you for watching.